Good evening, children. Today we are going to know about nouns. Now, children, what are nouns? My student, he is Riyansh Majhi of class standard 4 of St. Agnes School. He will tell you the answer. What are nouns? Now, Rishi, Riyansh, you tell me what are nouns? Nouns are the names of places, animals, person, and thing. Okay, so names of any person, names of any animal, names of anything, or names of any place are nouns. Okay, nouns are names of animals, person, place, or thing. These are nouns. Now, if we tell about proper nouns are words that name of a particular person or a particular thing or a particular animal or a particular place. Those are proper nouns. Those are for writing those proper nouns we use capital letters. Okay, for a particular person, if you are talking about him, then he is a proper noun. But for a place, Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, for any particular place, for any particular person, for any particular animal or any particular thing you are talking about. If I am talking about a book, then a particular book of a subject, of any subject, then it is a proper noun. And when we are talking in common, we are talking about books, we are talking about albums, we are talking about photographs, we are talking about places, we are talking about animals, we are talking about things, then in common, in general, then that is a common noun. Okay, the people, if we say the people in common, that is a common noun. People, doctors are common noun, nurses are common noun. Now if we are talking about policeman, it is a common noun. If we are talking about can you understand, Rishi? Okay, if you are talking about fireman, fire person, then it is a common noun. If you are talking about animals, suppose if you are talking about cows, not of a particular cow, you are talking about cows in general, or dogs or cats in general, of any animal you can talk of, crocodiles, fishes, or you are talking about things, suppose glasses, plates, books, things in general, then it is a common noun. But if you are talking about any places, particular place, suppose the Taj Mahal, then it is a proper noun. Okay, of places, if you are talking about Victoria Memorial, the Science City, they are all proper nouns. But if you are talking about any place, the places of India, then it is a common noun. So proper nouns are words that are name a particular person, place, animal, or thing, and proper nouns always begin with a capital letter, as I've told you. For example, Riyansh Majhi, Delhi, capital of India, Kolkata, any place, any animal, particular animal, his pet dog, it's proper noun. Now, common nouns are general names of person, place, animal, and thing. Common nouns means policeman, book, houses. Now, we will talk about where it is used. Capital nouns, capital letters. We know to write a sentence we need to start it with a capital letter, and when it is proper noun, in between the sentence also, then also we will write in capital, and always the sentence ends with a full stop, and in between where it is necessary we have to add commas, hyphen. Okay, these inverted commas where it is necessary. Now we will talk about this collective nouns. Today we will talk about the collective nouns. What are collective nouns? They stand for a group or the collection of nouns. Stand for a group of the collection of nouns means you can tell about people, person, animal, or thing. A collection of people, a collection of animal, a collection of thing, a collection of places. We use for a collection of nouns, we use collective nouns. Okay, so collective nouns stand for a group or collection of people, animals, or things. Now, for example, for people, how we will tell people? It is not for collective nouns we will use for people. A class of for students we will use. What we will use, Rishi, for students? A class of students will use. For soldiers we will use an army of soldiers. For actors we will use a cast of actors. For singers we will use
A choir of
singers. For sailors we will use
a crew of sailors.
good. For musicians we will use
A band of musicians.
good. For crooks we will use
A bunch of crooks.
For people,
A crowd of people.
okay, a crowd of people. Spectators,
A crowd of
crowd of spectators. For dancers we'll use a
group of
group of
dancers.
dancers, or we can also use a troupe of dancers. For players we'll use a team of players. For artists we'll use a troupe of artists. For dancers, a troupe of dancers. I told a group of dancers or a troupe of dancers. You can use both. For thieves we'll use a pack of
Thieves.
For employees you will use
A staff of employees.
Very good. For friends we will use
A circle of friends.
For natives we'll use.
A tribe of natives.
For thieves we'll use a gang of thieves. For listeners we'll use
An audience
of listeners. For experts we'll use
A panel,
of experts. For tourists we'll use
A flock of tourists.
a folk of L is silent. Folk of tourists. For directors we'll use
A board of
a
directors.
board of directors. Now for animals, how we will use for collective nouns. As we know, the collection or group stands for any people, animal or thing. Now for animals, for fish, what we'll use? A shoal of fish we can write. A shoal of fish or a school of fish. A school of fish or a catch of fish we can write. A catch of fish. We can also write a school of fish. And for ants we will write
An army of ants.
For birds,
A flight of birds.
flight of birds will write flight. For birds we can also use a flock of birds. A flock of birds or a flight of birds. Now for dogs we'll use
A kennel of
a
dogs.
kennel of dogs where the dogs live. A kennel of dogs. For collective noun we'll use those. Kennel. Now for fish we can also use
A howl of
howl of fish. HAUL. Howl of fish. For sheep we'll use a
flock of sheep.
a flock of sheep. Now for deer we will use a herd of
Deer.
For cattle also we will use a herd of
Cattle.
For elephants we'll use also a herd of elephants. For goats also a herd of goats. Means for deers, cattle, elephants, goats, buffaloes, we will use a herd of buffaloes. Okay. Now bees, for bees what we will write?
A hive of bees.
A hive of bees where the bees live. Now for cubs what we'll write?
A litter of cubs.
Cubs means babies of cows and buffaloes. A litter of cubs. For sparrows we will write a host of sparrows. Host, H-O-S-T, host of sparrows. For lions we will write a pride of
lions.
Pride of lions. For wolves we will write a
pack of
wolves. For puppies we will write again
A litter
of puppies. A litter of cubs, a litter of puppies, a litter of kittens. Kittens? Kittens? You love kittens?
Yes.
Yes, small baby cats. A swarm of bees. A hive of bees also we can write. Again, a swarm of bees also we can write. For crows we'll write a murder of crows. And for hounds we'll write
a pack of hounds.
Now for the things also we'll use collective noun. For different things we use different collective nouns. Suppose for islands, what we'll use? For islands, a group of islands. Stars we use
A galaxy
of stars. For notes we use a word of notes. Word of notes. For trees we use
Forest
of trees. Now for wood we will use
A stack of wood.
a stack of wood. For ships we'll use
A fleet of ships.
ship. Good. A fleet of ships. बने जहाज. Fleet, boats. Pearls we'll use a string of pearls. For pearls we'll use a string of pearls. For stamps we'll use an
Album of stamps.
album of Stamps. For autographs, we will use autographs, and photographs also we'll use an album of photographs and album of photographs, an album of stamps. Okay. Now for bushes we'll use
A hedge of
a hedge of bushes. For library, for books we will use a library of books. Isn't it?
Yes.
For cars we'll use
A pack of cards.
yes, and for shoes
A pair of
a
shoes.
pair of shoes we'll use a pair of shoes because we need two shoes, a pair. It is called a pair of shoes. Now for flowers we can use bouquet,
Bouquet.
bunch also, a bunch of flowers, a bouquet of flowers, we can use both. And for keys you will use a bunch of keys. And for drawers you will use drawers.
A chest of
A
drawers.
chest of drawers. These drawers. A chest of drawers. Many drawers we'll call a chest of drawers. For mountains we'll use a range of mountain.
Mountains.
A range of mountain. For dust you will use a cloud of dust. Okay. Everything, everywhere it is dust, we'll say a cloud of dust. For sticks we'll use a
Bundle of sticks.
bundle of sticks. A bundle of sticks make a broom. That's why it's called a bundle of sticks. For houses we'll use
Row.
because generally we see the houses in a row. So for houses we'll use a row of houses, and for many houses. And for chocolate we will use
A bar
a
of
bar
chocolate.
of chocolate. We always say for a chocolate which has many cubes or squares, we'll say bar of chocolate. Okay. And for houses, a row of houses. Understood? What are collective nouns? For a group or collection of people, animals, or things we use collective nouns. But for places we'll use a particular place. Kharagpur we'll use proper noun. Kharagpur is a proper noun, a particular place. If we are talking about the capital of India, Delhi is a proper noun. If we are talking about the capital of West Bengal, Kolkata is a proper noun. So now for some collective nouns in the box, we have to replace the highlighted nouns. You have to do this now. Rishi, mother lost the keys. Mother lost a bunch of keys. Bunch, as you know, for keys we'll write bunch. Okay. Next you say
A pack of kittens.
musicians. Where is kittens? A pack of kittens. A litter of kittens.
Yes.
Not pack of. Musicians, a band of
Musicians.
For bees we'll write
Hive.
a hive of bees.
Or
And,
swarm.
The students will write a class of
Some
students. For wolves we'll write
A litter of wolves.
wolves, herd of wolves.
A herd of wolves.
Wolves. The farmers, cows also, a herd of cows. Lions also, pride of lions.
Pride of
Birds. For birds, what you write?
a group of birds.
Group of birds you can write, or for birds also you can write that birds. It's birds. A folk of birds. Folk. FLOCK. For birds you can write a folk of birds. For lions you will use pride. For employees you will write a staff of employees. For thieves you will write
A pack of thieves.
listeners.
Audience of listeners.
Audience of listeners. Very good. Now for mountains,
Range
of mountains. For flowers, bunch or bouquet.
Bunch or
Bouquet. Singers,
Band of singers.
band of singers also you can say. Also you can say troop of singers. Okay. Corps of singers you can say. Or also for singers you can say troop of dancers you can say. For singers you can say a corps of singers. Okay. So nouns that name ideas, experience, thought, qualities and feelings are also called abstract nouns. Suppose we are thinking something, we are giving our idea, we are sharing our experiences, we are giving our thoughts, we are experiencing we are sharing our experiences, we have some feeling. Those are all called abstract nouns. Okay. Now hope children you understood this topic of nouns and collective nouns and abstract nouns. So I hope you all understood this topic. So please do like, share and
Subscribe.
subscribe my channel.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you for today.